Hello dear students, this is Professor Amar Bakodi. So this is the second session on the problems on module 2, that is hydrological losses. So in the previous session we have checked out with the question paper problems. Along with that we have seen the formulae for W index and phi index, and along with that we have solved one problem on these infiltration indices. Okay, so today we will continue with the same, and we'll go for the problems. Okay, so here also we'll first read out the question. I'll will understand that question, what they have given and what they have asked, and then we'll go for the solution of this. Okay, now a catchment area of 30 kilometers square has one recording gauge. During a storm, the following mass curve of rainfall was recorded. If volume of runoff due to the storm measured is 1.2 into 10 to the power of 6 meter cube, estimate phi index of the catchment. Okay, and here they have given the time from the start, that is 0 hour to 14 hours, and accumulated rainfall they have given, that is 0, 6, 17, 54, sorry 57, 70, 81, 87 and 90. So now if we check out the first question how they have asked, and the second question what I have taken here. So for visual appearance and the way in which they have described this problem is entirely different. Whereas last time it was a small rainfall of 8 hours, and the amount of rainfall that has been collected, they have given it in that way. But if you check out here, they have given the catchment area as 30 kilometers squared, and a runoff in terms of volume they have given. In the previous case they have given it as in terms of depth as 8.7 centimeters, right? But whereas here they have given it as 1.2 into 10 to the power of 6 meter cube, that is in terms of volume they have given it over here. Okay, so there are a few more things that we need to do basically. Okay, so we'll just explain that, but the basic concept with which we are going to determine these phi index is still going to remain same. Okay, now again I'll try to explain this particular problem. Check out, we have a catchment area of 30 kilometers square. Imagine this as the catchment area of 30 kilometers squared, and it has one recording rain gauge station. So it has only one recording rain gauge station which is there. Okay, during the storm the following mass curve of rainfall was obtained. So this is nothing but the ordinates of rainfall mass curve. So from the first module, the theoretical bits, if you remember, this is nothing but the time and this is the accumulated rainfall. If I need to draw that, so your rainfall mass curve will be something like this, if you remember. Okay, on here x-axis you will have time, and here on y-axis you will have cumulative rainfall. Okay, so this particular rain gauge station have collected the rainfall data, and it has drawn a what I can say, a rainfall mass curve. So rainfall mass curve can be prepared using the recording type of rain gauge station. So we have weighing bucket type and siphon type of rain gauge stations with which we can actually get the rainfall mass curves which are going to be there. Okay, so that is the second line basically what they have said. Okay, now if the volume of runoff due to the storm is measured at 1.2 into 10 to the power of 6 meter cube, that is in terms of volume they have given. Estimate the phi index of the catchment. So here also ultimately you want to determine the phi index that has been asked. Okay, now one more thing, one thing that is different over here. If you check out in the previous problem, they have basically given that with respect to, basically they have given with respect to 1 hour intervals. Okay, basically they had given in terms of 1 hour interval, but right now if you check out in this problem, they have given the amount of rainfall in terms of 2 hours. Okay, so because of that there will be a bit of difference that I would like to tell you in a bit. Okay, now keeping that in mind, if I go for the solution, okay, so the total runoff is given as how much, 1.2 into 10 to the power of 6 meter cube, which is already given in the question. Okay, now catchment area is how much, 30 kilometers squared. So if I want to convert this kilometer squared into meter squared, because here the volume is runoff is in terms of meter cube, right? So based on that, if you check out, if kilometer is what, so 1000 meters. Okay, 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meters. So 30 into 1000 into 1000. I hope I am getting you are understanding this. 30 here, if I need to say how this 10 raised to 6 have come, it is 30 into 1000. So first 1000 is for what? Kilometer to meter. Here we have kilometer squared here. So that's why one more kilometer will be again into 1000. So ultimately you will have 30 into 10 to the power of 6. Yeah, so meter square. I hope you got this. So this is how I have converted from 30 kilometer squared to 30 into 10 to the power of 6 meter squared. Okay, now ultimately for the sake of formulae you need this particular q in terms of depth, but whereas they have given in terms of volume, so you want to convert this volume now in terms of what? Depth. So how you are going to do that? So basically what will be there, your volume of water will be is equal to what? Area into depth of rainfall. Yeah, so here if you want depth, it is just the cross multiplication, that is volume divided by area will give you the depth. Okay, so what is the volume here? Volume is nothing but the 1.2 into 10 to the power of 6 meter cube, that I have written it over here, and area is nothing but what? The catchment area. Just now what the calculation we have done, 30 into 10 to the power of 6. So if you do that, ultimately you will be getting the answer in terms of meter, because if you check out, the numerator is in terms of meter cube and the denominator is in terms of meter square, right? And if you divide meter cube by meter square, so meter square will go and ultimately your answer will be in terms of meter. So that's why, so it is going to be 0.04 meters. So if I convert that into millimeter, so it is going to become 40 mm. So what I have done now in the first step, I have converted this volume what they have given into the depth of runoff as 40 millimeters. I hope it is clear for you, right? So this is the first step that we have done it over here. Okay, now the next step is total rainfall, that is P, that we need to consider. It is 90 mm. So how I got this as 90 mm? It is basically from the this particular table what it is being given. So here you can check out, it is not the individual value what they have given, it is the cumulative value that they have given. It is the cumulative value that they have given. So that's why, so in the 14th hour if you check out, so the total rainfall that has occurred is how much? 90 mm. So that's why here I have written it as P as 90 millimeters. I hope it is clear. If they give an incremental rainfall value, then you need to add up all these things as we have done in the previous problem. But since it is an accumulated or cumulative rainfall, so automatically the previous hour of data will be added into the next hour. So whatever the last reading that you are going to get itself is going to be the total rainfall. I hope it is clear for you. So again, in the previous problem it is different, in this problem it is a different one. Okay, now after getting the Q and P value from this, W index is equals to what? P by Q divided by TR. So P value is 90 mm, Q value is 40 mm, divided by TR is 14 hours. So totally I am going to get it as 3.57 millimeters per hour. 3.57 millimeters per hour. So here you need to understand one thing. In the previous problem that we have studied, just rub off these. Okay, in the previous problem that we have studied, the duration or else the interval of these particular rainfall data collected was 1 hour. So that's why whatever the value we were getting, that itself I have taken it as per hour, because that is per hour of rainfall that has been collected over there. Okay, now if you check out here in this, the W index we got it as 3.57 millimeter per hour, right? So this is per hour, the intensity of infiltration is 3.57 millimeters, right? But here the intervals are in terms of 2 hours. Okay, so that's why we need to multiply it with 2 to get to know what is the amount of excess rainfall that is going to be there. Okay, and even in the previous problem what the figure I have drawn, so that is not a compulsion that you need to draw it for every problem, but if you draw that, it will be better for you to understand these problems in a much better way. Okay, that is an option left to you. If few students are able to get these calculations easily, so no need of drawing. If you are getting confused with these calculations, I prefer you draw the drawing of that hyetograph, and then it will be easier for you to understand this. Okay, so now even I'll draw this now. Here what they have said is phi index is 3.57 millimeters per hour. Now here note, for 2-hour interval accumulated rainfall 2 into 3.57 that we have. Okay, so with respect to that we'll get it as 7.14 mm. So less than 7.14 mm rainfall will not contribute to the runoff. So what do you mean by this? I'd like to explain with the figure. Okay, if I draw that hyetograph, yeah, so here we have 0 hour, here we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 and 14. Okay, and here we have the what I can say, intensity of rainfall. Okay, now please check it out. Whenever we say intensity of rainfall, it will be in terms of millimeters per hour, right? But here, for the sake of simplicity, since these ordinates are in terms of 2 hours, I am going to make it as millimeters per 2 hour as my unit. Okay, I am not making it as millimeter per hour, I am making it as millimeter per 2 hours as the unit of intensity. Okay, with that, if you check out, for 0 hours it is 0, for 2 hours it is 6 millimeters, right? So for 2 hours it is 6 millimeters, so here the ordinate is 6. Next we have for 4 hours it is 17. Okay, here it may not be up to the scale, but let us try to, sorry for this, sorry. So here basically we need to do one more step, that is we need to calculate the incremental values for these. Okay, so we'll just try to calculate those values first before I go into this particular drawing of this hyetograph. Now if you calculate these in between values, okay, so if I just try to write it over here, so 0 to 6, so incremental value, if I write it at the down here, so for the 2 hours the intensity of rainfall is 6 millimeters per hour. Similarly for the 2 to 4 hours, since it is a cumulative value 17 and 6, if I deduct that, so I'll be getting 11. So it indicates what, from second hour to the fourth hour my rainfall value is 11 millimeters per 2 hours, the intensity. Okay, similarly for the 4 to 6th hour it is 57 minus 17, that is 40. Okay, 40 millimeter per 2 hour. Similarly over here 8th hour to 6th hour, so it is going to be 13. Okay, so similarly here it is 11, next it is 6, and lastly it is 3. Okay, right now what I have basically done over here is, it is per 2 hour intensity what it is being given over here. Okay, so keeping that in mind, for the first thing it is 0 to 2 hours the intensity of rainfall is 6 millimeters. Okay, now for 2 to 4 hours that we have, so here it will be 11. Okay, so here instead of I'm not going to take 17, I'm going to take it as 11. The reason is it is an incremental value. Okay, so here I'll draw it as 11. Okay, next we have 57, next we have 40. Let us call this as 40. So here it is 17 and here it is 40. Okay, next we have 13. Okay, so in between I am going to write, here it is 13 value, I'll just write it here only. Next we have 11, a bit less, that is 11 over here, and then we have 6, again the same level which was there for the first one, and similarly the last one is 3. Okay, this is 3. Okay, so this is how basically you can get the value of hyetographs. Now here again I'll try to explain this, please check it out. Here the unit itself I have taken it as mm per 2 hours. Okay, because these intervals are there in terms of 2 hours with us, that's why I am making it as per 2 hour. Okay, now with this you can check out the W index that we got is 3.57 millimeters. This is per hour, but here in this I cannot show that, or else I cannot compare that per hour, because here everything is per 2 hours. So that's why what I am doing here, I will convert this per hour into per 2 hours. So per 2 hours will be what? 1 per hour it is 3.57. Then for per 2 hour it is 2 into 3.57. So the same thing I have done here. So totally I will be getting what? 7.14 millimeters. Now if you need to now identify the values, incremental values which are there, which are having less than the value of 7.14 millimeters. So those things will not produce any excess rainfall, as we have discussed in the previous problem. Okay, so at that point of time, now if you can check out the section, first section, that is 6, right? So 6 is less than 7.14, that is there over here. Okay, this is our benchmark now per 2 hour. So 6 is less than 7.14. Next we have 17 second hour, that is greater, sorry, 11, that is greater, sorry, here I have written it as 17, sorry, it is 11 actually. Yeah. Next is basically 40. 40 is again greater than 7.14, no issue. Next we have 13 is greater than 7.14. Next we have 11, which is greater than 7.14. Next we have 6, that is less than 7.16. So 6 is for the 12th hour, 10 to 12th hour. So even this 10 to 12 hour what we have is basically we need to deduct this. So there is no rainfall in this, sorry, runoff in this zone. Similarly, the 14th hour is 3, which is less than 7.16. So in this is how you need to identify which hour is not contributing to the runoff. That in turn indicates so how much of effective rainfall duration that you have, because that effective duration rainfall you need to have for the calculation of this phi index. Okay, so now again coming back to the formula, we have P minus Q, that is 90 minus 40 minus the duration of rainfall where the excess runoff has not been taken place. So we have 3 that have been identified, that is the first 2 hour, 10 to 12 hour, and 12 to 14 hours. We have 3 sections, right? So that's why here I'll deduct how much amount of rainfall has occurred within those 3 sections. So 0 to 2 hours, it is 6 hours, 6 millimeters that I have deducted. Similarly, 10 to 12 hours, 6 millimeters that I have deducted, and similarly 12 to 14 hours, 3 millimeters that I have deducted over here. So this is nothing but what? Your numerator that is going to be there. Now for the denominator it is T, that is effective rainfall, right? So total rainfall duration is 14 hours. Okay, out of that 3 sections are not coming with any of the excess rainfall. So that indicates what? I need to deduct 3 sections. Okay, why I am calling it as sections? Because each section is of how many hours? 2 hours. It is not 1 hour. In the previous case it was only 1 hour, but here it is 2 hours. So here 2 hours I need to deduct, here 2 hours I need to deduct, here 2 hours I need to deduct. So out of total 14 hours of rainfall, I need to deduct 6 hours of 3 sections, or 2 hours 3 sections, totally it will be 6 hours. Okay, so based on this my total excess rainfall duration will be how much? 8 hours. Okay, so don't deduct 14 minus 3. No, why you are not deducting 3? Because each section is of 2 hours. In the previous case it was 1 hour, so that's why directly we have deducted it over there. So here it is of 2 hours, that's why I'm deducting the 6 hours here. So total that TE value is coming out to be 8 hours. Okay, so that 8 hours if I put it in the denominator, so ultimately I'll be getting the phi index as 4.375 millimeters per hour. So again you can check out, you can compare the phi index and W index value. So as we have mentioned, your phi index is always greater than the W index which is there. Okay, so keeping that in mind, so here also what they are trying to say is if the rainfall is occurring for all the set of conditions what they have given with the runoff, what is going to occur, which has been given in the question. So average infiltration that is going to take place in the soil for the given set of condition is 4.375 millimeter per hour. It is going to be 4.375 millimeters per hour itself. I hope it is clear for you. So this is how you can solve the problems. Okay, so that's why I have taken a typical problem. So the first slide what I have shown in the previous session, it is on the problems that were there for all the second modules. Okay, out of that I have selected, and even few I have added up with the reference books, so that I'll try to cover the maximum variation of problem that they can ask you. Okay, I'm not solving the similar type of problem a number of times. I'm trying to get the different kind of problems and solve it, so that it will become easier for you to face in the examination. I hope it is fine. Okay, so this is about the second problem that we have solved in the for the phi and W index. Now similarly, we'll go for the next problem. Okay, so this is the third problem on module 2. Okay, so in this, again I'll read out this question. The rainfall rates for successive 30 minutes interval up to 4 hours are given below. That is this particular section. If surface runoff is 3.6 centimeters, determine phi and W index. Okay, so this is what is needed. Okay, now time in terms of minutes, it is 0, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210 and 240 minutes. Similarly, rainfall intensity is centimeters per hour. So it is 0, 1.3, 2.8, 4.1, 3.9, 2.8, 2, 1.8 and 0.9. Okay, so these things have been basically given over here. This is the intensities are given in terms of centimeters per hour. Okay, please imagine this. This is given in terms of centimeter per hour, but the interval is how much? It is only half hour, that is 0.5 hour. Okay, keep that thing in your mind for now to understand the question. So here what they have told, the rainfall rates for a successive 30 minutes interval of rainfall. So total duration of rainfall is 4 hours, and out of that they have collected the rainfall data for 30 minutes interval, and the intensity of rainfall for each of these 30 minutes has been given in the first and second row, which has been given over here. Okay, and runoff value they have given it as 3.6 centimeters. So with that they are asking determine phi and W index, which is there. Okay, now based on this, okay, before, again our formula for W index and phi index are going to remain exactly same. There is no difference in those things, but the only things that we need to concentrate is, since here it is intensity is given per hour. Okay, so don't blindly take these values and go for the calculations. No, you need to first understand this. Again I'll repeat, this is centimeters per hour, whereas the interval is only for 0.5 hour. And if you want to determine what is the amount of rainfall that is occurring from 0 to 30 minutes, it is not 1.3 centimeters, it is the intensity. So you need to convert this intensity into volume of rainfall. Okay, because you need the value of P to get the W index, right? So there is no mention of P in this, so only Q value is given as 3.6. okay, whereas the duration they have given it as 4 hours and 30 minutes interval, but they have not given you the value of P, so P value needs to be determined with this. So again, this is the third type of problem and third variation that I want to tell you guys over here. If you check this out here, neither you need to add up all these things, nor, because it is not the per hour value. So here if it was 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, then directly you would have added up all the things as we have done in the first problem. You will get the value of P. In the second problem, if it would have been a cumulative value, so the last number will be your total amount of precipitation that was there. But now this is the third variation, where the interval is different and the intensity of or else the unit of intensity is different. So interval is half hour, whereas intensity is per hour. So that's why this value you cannot take it for the calculation of P. You need to convert this intensity in terms of your actual depth of rainfall. So how you are going to do that? Rainfall depth in terms of centimeters is equals to, now check it out, 0 to 0.5 hour, 0.0 to 0.5 hour, that is 0 to 30 minutes. You have a rainfall intensity of 1.3 centimeter per hour. Okay, but here my value is how much? Only 0.5 hour. Yeah, so that's why here if I add 0.5, okay, here if I add here if this value is for per hour, but I need it for what? I need it for 0.5, or else I need it for only half an hour. Okay, so this entire value is for 1 hour, and if I need the value for half an hour, then what I'll do? I'll divide it by 2, because I want to make it half. So 1.3, half of that is how much? 0.65 centimeters per half hour. I hope you got this point. So I have converted 1.3 into 0.65. How I have done that? I have basically converted this intensity per hour into the total depth of rainfall. I hope it is clear. 1.3 centimeters per hour it is, but I want it for half an hour. So that's why 1.3 centimeter of rainfall is occurring for 1 hour, but I want it for half an hour. So that's why I am dividing this 1.3 divided by 2 to get it at 0.65. Similarly, if I do it for the next interval, that is 2.8, I am going to get 1.4. So 4.1 divided by 2, 2.05. 3.9 divided by 2 is 1.95. 2.8 divided by 2 is 1.4. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1.8 divided by 2 is 0.9, and 0.9 divided by 2 is 0.45. Now you can check out what we have done till now is we have converted the intensity into depth of rainfall. Now I can say from 0 to 30 minutes the depth of rainfall occurred was 0.65 centimeters. Similarly, 30 to 60 minutes the depth of rainfall occurred was 1.4 centimeters, and so on. Okay, now you can check it out. These values what we have given, it is for half an hour only. For half an hour we have got all these values. Now if you add up all these sections to you, okay, you will get the total amount of rainfall that has occurred over a period of 4 hours. So 0, 0.65, 1.4, 2.05, 1.95, 1.4, 1 and 0.9, 0.45. Addition of all this is coming out to be 9.8 centimeters. So this is what we require to put it over there. Now coming to the W index formula. Now once you do this calculation, it is quite simple. The next steps are same. W index is P minus Q divided by TR. So P is 9.8, that has been come from here. Q is already given in the question, that is 3.6, divided by 4 hour, it is already given in the question. So based on that, you got it as 1.55 centimeters per hour. Okay, so as in the second problem we have multiplied it by 2 to make it per 2 hour. Here you can check out, we have divided it by 2 to make it per half an hour, that is per 30 minutes. So from the W index I got it as 1.55 centimeters per hour. Okay, whereas here the intervals are there in terms of half an hour. So that's why what I'll do, I'll divide this 1.55 by 2 to make it 0.5 hour per 0.5 hour. So based on that I got the value as 0.775 centimeters per 30 minutes or half an hour. Okay, now I'll compare this value which is available with us with I'll have this value with the different sections or the different values that we have got over here. Okay, now with respect to this, if you check out, change this. Okay, if you check out, so it is 0.775, and if I compare 0.65, so this one is less. So here there is no runoff that is going to get generated. 1.4 is greater than 0.75, 2.05 is also greater, 1.95 is greater, 1.4 is greater, 1 is greater, 0.9 is greater, and the last one is 0.45. So here also if you check out, the first hour, the first 30 minutes and the last 30 minutes are actually are generating any kind of runoff. Okay, so that's why the first 30 minutes and the last 30 minutes will not be used for the calculation of phi index. Now that's why phi index is equals to 9.8 minus 3.6, that is P minus Q, minus 0.65, that is the first 30 minutes, minus 0.45, that is for the last 30 minutes, divided by, now check out, total hour of duration is 4 hours. Okay, whereas I have deducted 2 sections of half an hour. So 2 sections of half an hour is equals to how much? 1 hour. So if I deduct 1 from 4, I will be getting 3. Okay, so that's why I am dividing it by 3. And 5.1 divided by 3, the calculations, I will be getting 1.7 centimeters per hour as the phi index over here. So here also you can compare the value. 1.7 centimeters per hour is phi index, and 1.55 centimeter per hour is the W index. So here also you can check out phi index is always greater than W index, which is going to be there. Okay, so this is how, this is the third iteration, what I can say, the variation with which they can ask you the problems on these particular indices. Okay, so this is how you need to go ahead and solve these sections.